Welcome back to the Amanda Seales Show. It's Amanda Seales here, and we are joined by our resident film and television critic, Mr. Desmond Thorne.
Hello. I'm very much looking forward to this. This week, we've got two films directed by musician James Samuel, who I just found out is Seales' brother. Not Amanda Seales, but the singer, the musician Seal. Yeah.
I already know what we're talking about then. I already know what we're talking about.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts.
Yes.
Okay.
First up, we have The Book of Clarence. This was a recommendation from Amanda. Mm-hmm. And this is a biblical comedy about a guy named Clarence who no one really believes in and whose life is not going great. And he decides he's going to one up the apostles and capitalize on Jesus by claiming himself to be the actual Messiah. And now this film is definitely a watch for the most part. Lakeith is very good in this. I thought he really holds it down in a lot of ways. What I loved about this movie, though, the style is very, very cool. It has this epic Ten Commandments, Ben-Hur kind of style. And you don't be seeing black folks in those movies.
That's true.
In those spaces. Especially they'll drop us in there every once in a while, but a predominantly black
They're they was here.
cast,
they was here.
They were there. But a predominantly black cast in something like this was really cool to see. Some moments are genuinely funny. I think especially if you have a Christian background and you are fine with hearing curse words, you'll get a lot out of this because you'll understand.
TJ, I don't know. This seems like your jam.
Oh, no.
I mean, you went from being on a 7-year EP run of an an inspiration show to here. And you know that curse words over here.
Yes.
TJ be having to hallelujah us down. Now, come on now, y'all. Come on.
I love it. And here's where things get a little tricky. To me, the plot ends up being a little too complicated. It takes us. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. It really.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely for sure.
It's like a wheat brownie plot.
I mean, it took us a good 45 minutes to get into what the movie was actually about.
What was the movie actually about? How about that?
And that's the thing. It has that plot of him wanting to capitalize and everything like that. But then at the end of the day, it kind of goes past an ending of him realizing that what he was doing wasn't the best for himself. And they keep going past, and it just makes it feel too long and too messy for something that on the outside, I think is worth watching in order to engage with us in a different style, different tone.
Yeah.
Some interesting things happening here. Just go in knowing that it's an okay movie,
Watch it at the crib. I felt like I needed a lot more from it than I got. No, I needed a lot. You know what it felt like? Imbalanced. It felt like there was a lot, but there was too much of sugar and not enough salt, that type of energy.
Yeah, totally. What is actually going on underneath the plot of this movie?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, that's the thing. I appreciate the ambition behind it all, but it's the inner workings, the details, the minutia. That, if that had been there, that could have been something really special. But instead, it's a cool experiment.
Okay.
Speaking of black genre films, the next film, James's first film, is The Harder They Fall. This is a black Western dipped in historical fiction about Nat Love and his gang seeking revenge on Rufus Black and his gang because Rufus killed Nat's parents as a child. So also, for me, a watch for similar reasons, and I still have similar issues with this movie as well. There are definitely more black westerns or westerns with black people in them within our canon of film. But again, you never see them with a predominantly black cast, and rarely are they directed by black people from jump. And speaking of the cast this cast is
the cast is
stacked.
Yeah.
We got Jonathan Majors, Zazie Beetz, Delroy Lindo, Danielle Deadwyler on the good side. And in the villain side, we got Idris Elba, Regina King, Lakeith Stanfield. And I will say, I think the villains are more interesting.
I was gonna say, I think so too.
They're way more interesting.
I think so too.
Like on the page as characters, and I think the actors just do a more consistently great job with them. I mean, Regina King's gonna eat, Idris is gonna eat, and Lakeith doesn't get to do his weird guy thing. He just has to play.
It's true.
Like a straight. He's a guy.
Yes.
It shows his versatility. And a little Easter egg, they use a lot of reggae tracks in this film, and I believe that is in homage to the Jamaican film
Jimmy Cliff.
The Harder They Come.
The harder they come, the harder they fall, one and all.
I just love stuff like that, you know? Cool use of color, great set pieces. You know, again, the plot becomes convoluted and it becomes
I don't know what we're at a certain point. So both of these movies, to me, it was like premise and cast. And then they had to write a script.
And they're like, oh, well, how do we do this? Yeah, it's true. Definitely some like new filmmaker things in terms of making conflicts too complicated, kind of doing too many threads that don't end up wrapping up or really contributing to the larger plot. And also not a lot of story underneath these plot lines. It's like, then this happens, and then this happens. It's
very villain origin story, and then what now?
What now? What happens now? So yeah, I look forward to seeing more from him. I always believe that filmmakers can grow, and I hope he gets more chances. You know how it is out here.
I do, and you do too, which is why you be keeping us up, y'all. Keeping us up. So take a watch of both of them and support a Black filmmaker at the very least. All right. Thank you, Desmond. That's another edition of Watch Don't Watch right here at the Amanda Seales Show. We up. The Amanda Seales Show.